Well, folks, welcome back. It's Gerry from Gale Force Winds. I'm at the rooms. I'm here with Minister Hutton, and I'm extremely excited about what just happened. Tell us what you feel being a part of this government.
Gerry, I can't believe it. Honestly, I mean, I keep saying to the Premier, you know, when I met with him, when he asked me to come work with him, one of the things I thought at the time is that we were going to end up having to give Muskrat Falls to the federal government. Because we just couldn't afford to pay for it. To end up getting a $5.2 billion rate mitigation deal from Ottawa, get to keep the asset, which I know is costing a lot of money, but we get to keep it, beyond when we were trying to salvage it. And to now have this deal, this potential deal, a memorandum of understanding with Quebec worth $225 billion. Billion dollars.
Quarter of a trillion to quote the Premier.
I know, but when you think about every other Premier, besides Joey, has tried to right this wrong. Yeah. Every other Premier. The Supreme Court of Canada, the Superior Court of Quebec, the appeal courts in Quebec. All the things that other Premiers have tried to do and couldn't, this Premier has managed to get across the finish line. And as Premier Legault, full credit to him. I worked in the Premier's office right from the get-go, watching the relationship that they built. And I think without that personal relationship, we would not be here today. Yeah. And Premier Furey spent a lot of time fostering that for a number of reasons. And you heard Premier Legault say today, it's a win for Quebec, it's a win for Newfoundland and Labrador, but as well, it's a win for the Indigenous groups, because the consultations are there. And that's what the Premier is really good at, is building these relationships and building trust, because he's a trustworthy person. And the fact that we get to stand here and talk about this today, I mean, through our high school years and in through university and my years in media, I never thought that this day would come, that 17 years before, we hoped about it 4 years ago when we thought, okay, well, they buy energy in futures and they need to figure this out now. We can't wait until 2041 for Quebec to figure out who they're selling their power to. But the fact that we get to do this today, it really is an historic day for the province. And I'm so proud to be part of this team. And, I think that both premiers said for their kids and their grandkids and beyond that, that's what this is for.
I agree.
The money that will flow and allow us to do the things that need to be done.
Well, let me say this to you. It's one thing to have Gull Island and all the other things. What really got me from the get-go was the tearing up of the 1969 agreement.
Right.
And $1 billion a year for 17 years.
Right.
We were in the scrum room and the reporters, we tend to be a little cynical. There was no cynicism. It's like, holy shit, so it's incredible.
If we wait and did nothing, we get $20 million a year for the next 17 years. Do this, and we get $1 billion a year, and it escalates to $2 billion by 2045, and then up to $4 and $5 and $6 billion a year. Yeah. Imagine what you can do with that money.
Well, look, I can tell you this. I know you have children, I have children. What I see here is a future, a huge future for this province for the next 1,000 years. I mean, it's something that you guys should be proud of, and I know you are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And, small part of it, the Premier really deserves full credit for it. But when you think about that, what you just said about the future people who can live here and stay, or maybe even come back, the jobs that are going to be created. And look, we're only talking about this. Look at what's going on in mining. Look at what's going on with hydrogen. Look at what's going on in our fishery and tourism. It's really a great time to be living in Newfoundland and Labrador.
I think you're right, and there's a few businesses have closed downtown, and I lament that. But holy, what you're talking about, 5,000 direct jobs. What's the spin-offs?
Exactly.
Anyway, thanks for your time. I know you're incredibly busy. This, again, folks, is what leadership's all about. Thank you.
Thanks, Gerry. Appreciate it.